When Good Websites Turn Bad. Did you ever see that movie? It's actually really good. It had Jack Nicholson and Cyndi Lauper in the lead roles, and I think it won 3 Oscars. So we're talking movies here, we're talking websites. We're talking about websites that on the outside right now in Dreamweaver, with us playing with it using our browsers, look fine. Nothing's wrong. We like the way it looks. Everything is where it's supposed to be. No misspelled words. The sky is blue. And there are no clouds, and it's sunny out there. Before we get started here, let me show you something that you may have already noticed, and it's a problem. The word index is supposed to be the name of this particular document, and it's INDE. Oops. But I've already built this site. My links are going back and forth to INDE, and I could have hundreds of places that I have to find that. Now, we could do a search for that and do a replace. But here's something that's a whole lot easier. I'm going to close this down for a second. You don't even have to have this open. I need to rename that file. It's right over here in the Files panel. Right here, select it, click on it once and hold, and then click to the end. I'm going to type in the letter X to finish that off, and then watch what happens. It'll allow me to update every single page, every link, everything that's going to INDE will now go to the right name, index. Now we could do that through find and replace, but this way is much easier. Click update. Since the file was closed, it automatically saved that file. Everything is back up to speed. Let's go ahead and reopen it. That's a down and dirty way to change your file name. Incidentally, if your pages are not in the right folders, if you drag things from one folder to another, the same thing will occur. It will change the links for you automatically. I love that about Dreamweaver. Let's get back into search here. This button right here allows me to create a search, a find and replace. Dreamweaver uses the find and replace dialog box to help refine the search for the search panel. So that's where we are right now when we click that button. We can find in the entire current local site. That's everything that's here. Selected files, a selected folder, open documents if you have more than one open, the current document, which is the active one, or if you've selected some text within the document before you came here. You have all these different choices. Let's start with entire current local site. I want to go into actually the source code because I found a lot of times when I'm designing pages, I forget to put the title area in. Now there's another way to do that. I just want to show you a simple search here. So we're going to type in untitled document. Obviously make sure you spell it correctly, like I almost didn't. Untitled document actually in the HTML, say you don't remember if they capitalize untitled document or if they leave the U and the D in lowercase, so you don't want to take the chance of saying match case, so we leave that off. Use regular expressions, we're going to turn off, we don't need that for this. Those are just simply words in the source code that we're looking for in the entire current local site, because I know this one already has a title. Find all. Oh man. Look at all those sites that actually have untitled document. That's not a good thing because those words are used by search engines, a lot of things to help you out, and they look good when the page opens for the person browsing. Let's just do one. You say, well, now I've got to open all these pages. No, just double click on it. Just simply double click, and we'll be more than glad to open the page up. Let's go back to design view. And this is Amtrak Journey in January. So let's get into untitled document right up here and type in Andy's Journeys. January 2009. Save the file. Now if you close it, it'll ask you to save it. And we only have about 6 or 7 more to go. We won't do any more. You get the point. We can look for something. The list then opens them up when we double click. Easy way to check for something like this. Now like I said, there's another way to check for untitled document. We'll get into that later. Searching is very easy. Let's go back here. In this case, I want to search the current local site, but I want to search actually for a specific tag. So here's my problem. The B tag, which stands for bold, is actually being phased out in favor of the strong. I want to change those to strong if I have to. So what I'm going to do here is come in this button and choose B for bold. That's the tag I want to look for. And I'm going to change it to, and I look for down here, strong. They're all alphabetized, so it shouldn't take you too long to get down right there. Now I can tell it to find it if I want to make sure that's one I want to change, or I can just say, hey, if it's there, I want you to change it. I don't need to worry about anything else. Just go ahead and say, we'll just say fine, see what we get. And there's one right there. Pages, Illustrations, Blueprints, HTML. If we double-click to open it, we can go into the code view. And let's move this out of the way for a minute. There it is. Now, you could go back and say replace all and just go ahead and do it that way. Or if you want to, since you're here, we could actually select that B, change it to strong, and select this one on the other end and change it to strong. Just like that. Save the file. Of course, when you close it, it'll ask it. And we've corrected that problem. So you have a lot of ways you can use search for. Let's go back one more time here. Let's go back here. Let's go into text. All right, earlier in this lesson, we did talk a little bit about find and replace, and that's kind of what's going on here. If, say, for example, you have a person and you need to change their name, but you're using their name throughout the document, maybe that person was replaced by somebody else, you could say find Andy Anderson and replace with another name. Typical find and replace stuff. Don't forget things like match case if you want to make sure it's a case-sensitive thing. If not, turn that off. Very simple to work with. The two that we played around with were a little bit unique. And don't forget, you can do just about anything you want to. In the next segment, we're going to look at doing what are called regular expressions.